Hey boo! Welcome back to the Slay Girl Slay YouTube channel. My name is Ashley, and if you do not know me, I am the founder of Slay Girl Slay and host of the Slay Girl Slay podcast. If you haven't checked out the first video we uploaded where I dive into a little bit more about what Slay Girl Slay is and why we even have a YouTube channel, I fully recommend checking out the first video we uploaded. For those of you that are not new here and you've been rocking with us since the beginning, much love to you, boo. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. I love it here and I hope you do too. We will be uploading videos every Wednesday and continuing the conversation we're having from the weekly podcast episodes that are going up as well. If you do not listen to the Slay Girl Slay podcast, let me help you out, boo. Be on the lookout later this week for an upload where we will be unpacking the first podcast episode of the first season. Now, I do recognize that half of you are following me over here from the podcast and half of you have no idea who I am and may want to know a little bit more about me. So today, I'm going to be answering some of your questions you all sent me on the gram, questions that always pop up in my DMs, questions that I always get emailed. I have all the answers today, boo. Okay, so first question, which is a very fitting question. It's 2021. Is it too late for me to start a podcast? It is never too late for you to start anything that you want to do or dream of doing. Everything is saturated at this point. Blogging, YouTube, podcasting. There is nothing new under the sun. And if you really, really want to start a podcast, you should absolutely start a podcast. One piece of advice you should know is that once you know what your show will be about and you've figured out the logistics, press record. Most people will stay in the idea phase and they start listening to other podcasts and they see how other people are doing their show and they end up never pressing record. There are so many people who tell me that they want to start a podcast and I get so invested and I'm rooting them on, and then several months later, it's like, it's crickets. So if you really want to start a podcast, do it. But focus on your show. Keep your eyes on you and make it the best show that only you can create. And I know that you will do that. Okay, next question. You mention your parents a lot on the podcast. Can you tell us more about them? Oh my God, such a great question. I'm sure they'd be totally into doing a video with me, but y'all just thinking about the mere stress of getting your parents to act right on camera, at least my parents, both of them have really big personalities and both of them are incredibly opposite. I am super, super close to my family. My parents do have other children that I'm related to. Y'all call them siblings, but I believe I was raised an only child. I have all brothers, one older and two younger brothers, but in my mind, I'm still an only child because that's my business. I love my family. My dream is to one day provide for them in a way that they should never want for anything or never have to go without. So that's the dream. Maybe I'll get my parents to sit with me one day. Like, I feel like our roles are starting to shift and I feel like I'm the parent. When COVID happened, it was like trying to raise teenagers. Like, I'm not even kidding. And I know I can't be the only one. I was steady asking, are you in the house? Did you take your vitamins today? Can you sit down? Can you stay seated, please? Stay inside. You have nowhere to go. No, I can't be the only one that feels this way. If you have become the parent of your parents, let me know in the comments. We need a support group. Next question. How do you feel about Lori Harvey and the Michael B. Jordan situation? I don't know, y'all. Hurt, betrayed, devastated. Like, we've given Mike our best years of our life and he still wants to do what he want to do. Like, I hope he get a migraine every time you think about Lori. That's so mean. That's so mean. I'm kidding, sort of. No, but really, I felt hurt because, you know, Mike wasn't really ours, but he was ours. And when I say ours, I mean the sister wives, us, the ones that wanted to share him. Those of us that thought he was our boyfriend, but that's okay. The Lord says, when one door closes, another one opens it. I know he has not forgotten about us. But seriously, y'all, I'm not about to knock another woman, especially another Black woman living her life unapologetically and doing her thing. Quite frankly, it's none of our business. It's none of my business. Neither Lori or Michael put in rent each month, so what they got going on is between them. Next question. Hey Ash, love the Slay Girl Slay podcast and you. Best piece of advice you give your younger self. Ooh, that's a good one. And thank you for listening to the podcast. I love you right back. We're on YouTube now. I hope you subscribe. Okay, knowing what I know about myself now, about life, and recognizing that there is still so much that I don't know, I tell younger Ashley a few things. One, it's okay if not everyone likes you or thinks you're cool. Most of the time, people have problems with themselves, and they have a problem with how they see themselves, their self-perspective, and they will project that onto you. But baby Ash, there will be a day when you stop caring about what other people think about you, and the only opinion that will matter will be your own. Two, don't second guess that small feeling in your heart that you have telling you that you are destined to be great and destined to do great things. Hold on to it for dear life. That is real, and keep acknowledging that feeling every time you feel it. And three, I'm stuck between don't cry over that lady's son, he's trash, and always remember you have something big to offer this world, whether you think so or not. You were created with a purpose in mind. You were truly created with intention, and that intention, that purpose that you have will one day shift the world. You are a world shifter. Wake up every day and act like it. That was a really good question. Thank you for asking. Okay, a couple of more, because y'all know I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Okay, next question. What are some of your favorite things right now? Okay, hot chips and Arizona iced tea will always and forever be the move. Y'all, I try to eat healthy all the time, and the snack aisle just calls me every time I go to the grocery store. Healthy me be trying to do the groceries, but thick me always wins because sis need her snacks. I also love all things Netflix and always looking for recommendations, so if you have one, hit me up in the comments below. Favorite show of all time probably has to be between Game of Thrones and Gossip Girl. I've probably seen Gossip Girl at least 4 times, the entire series. I didn't watch Game of Thrones until last season. The last season aired, so I was new to the Game of Thrones world, but once I was in, I was in. Y'all, I was watching so much Game of Thrones. I didn't like people standing behind me because I thought that they were gonna slit my throat. Traumatic, right? I know, but that's the anxiety that I felt. Okay, next question. What is one fact we don't know about you? I feel like I'm exposing myself if I say this, but y'all, I don't know how to do double dutch. And I also don't know how to French braid hair. I feel like that's like a Black girl's rite of passage that I just never crossed. Growing up, all of my cousins knew how to jump double dutch and they knew how to French braid. And I was just sitting on the porch watching them jump rope, watching them braid hair. I mean, they let me turn, but then they said I was double-handed. Also, I have never read the Harry Potter books ever. I saw all the movies, but never got into the books. And I feel like I might be the only person in the world that's never read the books. Next question. What is your zodiac? I'm a Capricorn child. Shout out to all my fellow Caps out there. We set the tone for the rest of the year. We walked so all the other zodiacs could run, okay? And don't let nobody tell you different. I'm kidding. Don't hate me in the comments. I don't get into the zodiac thing or astrology too much. Like, I just like to read the little facts about them. No shade if you do. I just know I'm a Capricorn, and I'm also a Gryffindor with a Slytherin rising, whatever that means. Okay, last few. Are you into video games? Yes. Is The Sims considered a video game? Mind your business. Next question. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? Y'all, I am an overthinker, and I can have an idea or a situation that I'm in, and maybe someone said something to me, and I will let it marinate and percolate in my mind over and over and over again until I find some sort of conclusion for it. Sometimes I call it a blessing and a curse, and I say that because I can have any idea and see the entire thing through in my head. How it's gonna go, what needs to be done. Like, the way that my mind develops something is crazy. But then it's a double-edged sword because I'm thinking so much about it. It can sometimes be paralyzing and you spend more time thinking about what you want to do than actually doing it. That's why I have said it a couple of times on my podcast and on this channel. Once you think everything through, move, do it. Press record, submit the application, ask that person out, just do it. My dad always says I let things overcook in my mind and to get out of the kitchen and keep moving. So I don't know if that's something I'd necessarily change about myself because I love my mind and I love the way that I think, but sometimes it can be tough because you can get trapped up there if you don't take a second and get out of your head and into your heart. I love this little Q&A. I mean, there were like hundreds of more questions and maybe we'll do another one, but this was cute, y'all. And I hope you loved it too. Like I mentioned before, be sure to listen to the Slay Girl Slay podcast every Monday and then join me here every Wednesday so we can continue the girl chat, continue the ideas, continue sharing perspectives, and continue the conversation. If no one told you this today, I am proud of you, I believe in you, and there is truly nothing you can't do if you don't put your mind to it. Wherever you are in the world, have a beautiful rest of your day, and always remember, it costs nothing to be kind. Show up today and show out, and be the best you that you can be. We'll chat soon, boo. Peace.